So we are here in Luz, Florida. Just helped this homeowner get a new roof through your insurance company. And how'd you hear about us?
Ran into you at the local establishment.
At House of Brews,
Yes,
right?
at House of Brews.
Yeah, absolutely. Where everybody knows everybody's names. It should be called Cheers, I think.
Yes.
So had you ever filed a claim before on your insurance?
No.
No. All right. So were you a little skeptical or nervous about the process?
Yes. Yes.
What was it that you were nervous about?
Just would I know how to do it correctly? Would they turn me down? You know, we'd had several other houses in the neighborhood that had obviously filed claims and gotten it covered. But you know, I know that if that's not done the right way, then
you're out of luck.
You're out of luck, and
Right.
you kind of only get one good shot at getting that type of thing done. So.
Right. So then I came down and I sat down with you and your wife. Well, I got up there, I found you had damage. I sat down with you and your wife, and did everything go pretty much the way I said it was going to go?
Oh, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually, you got it done a little early, which is fine.
Oh, as far as the roof it goes.
Yeah, they said it would be 3 or 4 weeks on materials, and what has it been, like 2 weeks maybe? So that was
Yeah.
great. Got it done. Brought a good crew out. The guys on the
So I was going to ask you, as far as the crew goes, when that happened, how'd that go?
they were sharp. They were real professional. Did a good job cleaning up after themselves. So you know, obviously they knew what they were doing. Answered questions that I had because I happened to be home over the holidays, so I have questions about what you're doing with my roof. You know, hey, what's that? What's that? Not that there was anything. Not questions about something going wrong, just questions like, oh, why do you do that? Or how do they do this? And,
Right, trying to learn along the way.
And they took their time explaining to me about, you know, what they were doing and why in the various phases.
Okay, cool.
Things like that. So, and told me that I got the wrong solar vent. So
You went and got another one?
went and got another one, yeah.
Right.
So, you know, but instead of throwing in the wrong one and just doing whatever, they told me, you know, because it would have worked, it just wasn't the best one, and I was able to find a better one. So, yeah, that was a great experience.
All right, perfect. So if somebody watching this video on Facebook, YouTube, wherever they're going to watch it, if they were thinking some of the skepticism that you were thinking back then, what do you think you could say to them that might help them pull the trigger to have us come look at their roof?
You know, the process is more seamless than I thought it would be, and having somebody that knows what the process is, that does it a lot, that's a well-established business, is much more
Comforting,
yes, for us than some of the guys that I've seen tearing through the neighborhood. And you know, you just look at the way that the vehicles that they drive, the way they look, they just don't look like they're put together companies.
Sure.
And if you try to use one of those companies, there's a lot of times if they don't get it approved, they don't get it approved, and then you're kind of out of luck, like we said before.
Right, and they ghost you, and you don't.
And they ghost you, and you go through the trouble to try to do this, and you kind of, you know. Whereas you had also filled me in on the process that if you know there's damage, and the insurance company declines it for some reason, that you're familiar and will continue through with the process to get it's a
public adjuster. Yep.
Which is basically an advocate, I guess, for us saying, hey, there's damage, the insurance company needs to pay.
Oh yeah.
And that really, understanding that part kept me from getting ghosted by somebody else, and thereby losing my shot at it, and also understanding that there is some other place for me to go besides, hey, if the insurance company turns you down, you're screwed.
Right, you have some other alternatives.
Yes, that increases the probability, and having someone that will follow through with that process for you increases the probability of having a successful damage claim versus not.
So it's safe to assume if you had a neighbor or friends that needed a roof, you would refer Ridge Down Construction?
Absolutely, absolutely. Even if they weren't getting under insurance, you know, getting it done right is really important. Because as we saw from the tear off before, the original people didn't even do it right.
Yeah, they did a horrible job.
And not even because the code was different back then. They didn't even do what was code back then.
They didn't even do the bare minimum.
And the reason, and what the result was, almost the entire edge of the house, 2 feet, had to be cut and replaced on the decking because water had been leaking through the.
Right, it had been all rotted.
And I've even got a bathroom window that we thought the window was leaking, and it was the roof leaking into the wall. So yeah, having it done right, if you want to get that time out of the roof and not have to make repairs and things like that, is important.
All right, perfect. Thanks so much.
Welcome.